On YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Calvin Lim Investing. Before we get started, just a couple of things to note. If you could, scroll down, smash the subscribe button and like button, I definitely appreciate all the support. And next of all, remember, all the information I give out or we discuss is all, it's all just strictly information and my opinions. They are not investing advice. So if you do want to invest, please always do your own research and due diligence. Third of all, my friends and I are in a little stock group. I'm going to drop a link below in Discord. If you're interested, feel free to come join us and get to know the people, chat around, ask questions. We're always looking for new people to contribute and kind of join in and chime in and kind of grow this free community where everyone can kind of just have others to seek out opinions. So without further ado, let's get started. So today we're going to go over last week's trading week for me. I was positive about almost 2,500 in my trading week last week. This only counts for my day trades / swing trades that were opened and closed last week. I am in a couple of trades that I've been swinging for several weeks, mostly with options, but also shares as well, and I don't count those as sort of my day trading journey. So with that being said, these are the handful of trades that I made last week, that I opened and closed last week. So the 6 tickers that I traded last week were Tesla, Peloton, NIO, Apple, Airbnb, and Mara. So my first nice significant trade was Tesla. I did calls on 5 different occasions. I have a tendency to only pick up one Tesla call at a time because the implied volatility is pretty high and the premiums are pretty expensive. I tend to only buy one Tesla call at a time and then either sell for a gain or stop loss and then re-enter my trade. So as you can see, I bought the 625, the 630, and the 655. And for this week, trading Tesla, I came out at a positive 451. The chart looked really good on Tesla. So what I found with Tesla was that that it was right around the 585, the 590 mark when I first jumped into my first 630 call, and then that was the only option that I had most of the week. I traded the 630 and the 625 on Friday as well. What I found to be most successful with Tesla is to trade options on Thursday or Friday. Because of the high rate of theta decay, it is not worth it for me to hold from Tuesday to Wednesday, Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon to Wednesday morning, Wednesday to Friday, or Wednesday to Thursday, and so forth. I like to day trade Tesla options versus swinging overnight because of the large theta decay, and that has been really successful recently for me, and this is what I did for this week. Next, I traded Peloton. I bought a $95 strike call for July for about $12.50. And I sold it at about 16.8 for a profit of almost $428. This was actually supposed to be a little bit more of a swing trade. I had Peloton breaking that 104 mark, and then potentially hitting 110, 111, and then possibly breaching that mark to hit 120. But rather than waiting, I decided, well, if it's up almost 30% plus, a little bit around 30% and some change for the day, I might as well sell, take profit, and I could always re-enter. So that's what I did. Peloton looked really nice on the chart. It looked like it was going to have a gap fill up, and that's why I decided to enter. And then once I hit a nice 30% profit, I figured it was better than to close and then wait for a possible re-entry. I also traded NIO. This was a small lotto trade. I bought 8 calls for $39, or for the $39 strike at about I think it was like 17 cents each, and I sold it for I think like 27 cents each or something around that. It was a small trade. I could have sold at the top. At one point, these options were probably double or triple what I sold them for. But they were more of a lotto trade, so I came out on top with $55.75. Nothing crazy. This was a small little trade. I thought NEO was going to reverse, and it could have potentially broke that $40 mark. It didn't happen this week, and I will look to re-enter NEO in the near future. Well, correction, I would like to look to re-enter NEO calls. I am holding a bunch of NEO shares that I picked up way back when it was still under $10, and I do plan on holding NEO shares for the next 5 to 10 years. What I did was Apple weekly calls. This was there was some flow on this, but I was also pinged and signaled by one of my friends. He said, "Hey, take a look at Apple. They could have an intraday reversal." So I bought these 4 calls. They were on Friday. They were pretty deep in the money, and then once they spiked, almost a couple percent, I sold it right away. Came out almost $72 on top. This was just a quick day trade and scalp trade. If I can successfully do 4 or 5 of these types of trades a day, that would definitely really improve my current situation. And I think scalping is always a good option for people looking to increase their income by marginal amounts and that don't have a lot of time to sit around and watch the market, but is also willing to put in a couple hours in the beginning of the day or the end of the day to make some trades. I also did 3 Airbnb calls for June 11th for the 150 strike. These I bought in for under $1. They ended up running to over $2, so these were over 100% gainers. You can see that I walked away with almost $357. Airbnb was trading around 134. It looked primed to bounce. It was holding support for pretty well. It was trading around the 134 range for a little bit, and then it really jumped and took off to the 140s. So this was also something that looked very interesting to me. I picked up Airbnb 130 calls as well. Those I'm still holding. Those are swings. That's why I didn't document my gains and losses on those. But with these, I closed them out on Friday because they were out of the money and I didn't want to get greedy. I always tell myself to try to take as much profit as I can with options that are far out of the money with little time to expiration. There's only 9 trading days left for Airbnb to hit 150, and the theta decay is really going to start to ramp up, so my option is going to be losing value if Airbnb is not rising fast enough. So since I already have other calls, I decided to close these 3 out and walk away with $357. Finally, the last trade I had for the week was a pair of MAR calls that were for the $20 strike. I bought them. I think I bought them Monday morning, and then I sold them Tuesday afternoon when Mara pumped, I believe, or I might have sold them Monday. Basically, Bitcoin recovered a little bit from what was going on in Asia, and in relation to that, Mara picked up and bounced and ran. So basically, Mara and RIOT and MicroStrategy, they're all tied to Bitcoin and crypto in a way, and that's another way for you to play the crypto market is to buy calls and inputs for these mining companies. So Mara moved up incredibly nice in a day, and I decided to take profit. I walked away with about a little bit more than 50% profit, which is what I definitely, or is better than what I'm definitely looking for. Most of my trades, I like to shoot for 15 to 20% profit. If it's a scalp or a swing or a day trade, 15 to 20% is already pretty ideal. Anything more than that is definitely nice. And by the time I was able to sell, or by the time I looked at the market and was able to sell these Mara calls, they were already up a significant amount. I didn't sell at the peak. I decided to wait another hour to see if Mara was going to continue to break up above 27.5, and rather than breaking above 27.5, it fell below $26, and that's when I decided, hey, I'm up more than 50% still. Let's close these calls out and take profit. So And this was probably the first trade of the week for me, and it helped me get off to a really nice week. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to my channel, my investing channel, and I hope to make a little bit more videos. You can learn about my trading strategy, you can understand my trade log, and hopefully you guys can take something cool out of this so that you may, invest successfully or trade successfully as well. So remember, feel free to scroll down, smash this like and subscribe button. There is a free Discord you can join in, and you can ask questions. A couple of my friends and I, we made this group so that we can ask questions, we can build a community, and it's going to be completely free. So if you want to come in and join us, feel free to use that link. And yeah, I hope to see you guys around, and thank you guys so much for tuning in today.